Hey, hey, hey! Just down the road near the DMV, Ethan tells me they wash balls for free. Dean grabs a chainsaw and Vicky gets the flame. Here they come to bring the pain. Ooh, the investigations are free. DMV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. If your name is Manning or PTP, Vicky's gonna find what there is to see. And if your name is Jonathan Delvaros, Dean will come and remove your toes. Ooh, they use objectivity. DMV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Research pays off, don't you know? It pays to be in the Twitter. Their patience really is legendary, and what they learn about you is scary. Ooh, castrated you will be. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Dean and Vicky, an unlikely team, spotting truth like a laser beam. Eric July cannot escape the truth. His books are shit like a goof. Ooh, their work is simply D. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Hey, hey, hey. Vicky and Dean will find you. Vicky and Dean will remind you. Vicky and Dean will expose you. Vicky and Dean will depose you. The investigations are free. DMV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good evening, everybody. We are live yet again, and I'm joined as always by Vicky.
Finally.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, maybe I got you too loud now.
Maybe you got me too loud.
No,
Let's
you're good.
see.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going on,
Yeah.
guys? It's been a while.
It's been a week. Yeah.
It's been a week and a day, actually.
I know.
And a lot has happened in a week and a day, is what I would like to say.
But it didn't really.
But yeah, no, definitely.
Let's be real. Very little actually really happened over the course of the last week.
But there are some things. Ethan's retraction.
Yeah, settlement statement.
Settlement statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's a
didn't
lot
quite
worse than
go as-
mine.
Oh yeah, yours was a total non-apology apology. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And-
we will definitely talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. And we'll try to tiptoe lightly. As lightly as I can. I'm like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still young.
Yeah. And you're still old. Gotcha, bitch. No, I'm joking.
Yep.
Yes. uh, we got some people in the chat. Click for waifus. Says Kiwi Farms found Dubus Goobus was part of that Danganronpa community nobody likes, and EVS did something again. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea either.
I'm very disconnected, apparently.
Yeah, I'm very disconnected from Kiwi Farms as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad on my face says hola. Hola, amigo.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
St. Patrick T is dabbing.
Nice.
Bubba Fett says, hashtag all the transitions. Well, you guys knew what you...
best transitions.
Yeah, well, also, if there's a painful one, it's your guys' fault.
Yep.
Batsy...
You had a chance last week.
Yeah. Batsy Bell says, hi, Dean. Hi, Vicky. Hi.
Hello, Batsy.
Tiptoe amongst the tulips. Tiptoeing JDA is making an appearance then? Oh. I should have thought of that.
Should have. Yeah.
Dubis is a cringy show animator who read about the Confederacy.
Didn't ring about the Confederacy.
Still the dean of mean, says old dirty fatty. Yeah.
Thank God.
You know I've said this before, but when I saw old dirty fatty's name, I assumed it was Sheila Aliens.
God, I was drinking my coffee, Dean. That was cruel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be here for probably an hour. Hey guys, Vicky, can you play that clip of Ethan I sent you of Ethan cackling like a hyena?
Oh, I have to check my DM.
Yeah. So let's just kind of get into things. I think we're gonna start with the Luke Stone stuff. For those of you that don't know, he was sent a takedown request. Regarding
Games Workshop about.
Yeah, from Games Workshop regarding John Della Rose's most recent crowdfund on Luke Stone's website, Fund My Comic. And a lot of people seem to think Luke Stone may have made just a dumb move. But we'll get into that. We'll watch that, actually.
We should.
Yeah. So. Oh, shoot. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What'd you do, Dean? Did you forget to load it into that?
No, I had to make sure that I didn't have, like, the videos, like, not hidden, so that way when I do the transition, not a bunch of videos play at the same time. But we are good. We're good. All
right.
We're good.
Yay.
So you got Luke Stone. Luke Stone is the guy that made Fund My Comic.
Yeah, you were telling me about him previously.
Yeah. So he's the one that got the cease and desist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just go to this third paragraph right here. Wait, is this?
Yeah. So he says we ignored a takedown request. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it takes opportunity to clarify, we did not ignore the request, nor do we not take such matters lightly. As with all IP claims, we reviewed the request thoroughly and consulted with legal counsel and responded appropriately. He says he spoke to an attorney, so...
Right.
Yeah, let's see here. So they say past legal disputes have demonstrated that attempts to enforce broad trademark claims over such widely used terms can be challenged successfully. They can be. But if it's determined it's not, you're in a bit of an issue.
Thanks,
there.
Chris.
Right.
But he says, for example, in 2013, a high-profile case involving the term Space Marine. I'd love to know what that was because
we're gonna get into that a little.
Oh, you have that case? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Established in the science fiction.
Yeah.
Games Workshop GW tried to go after filing a complaint against MCA Hogarth's ebook. Spots the Space Marine. Was that like a dog? I'm assuming.
I don't know. I never looked.
That sounds funny. or he's a guy.
Yeah, but it resulted in the
he's from the-
temporary removal. See right there,
Yeah.
he was temporarily removed from Amazon because Amazon didn't want to be held liable.
Yeah.
Which
Well, because it's cheaper for Amazon to say "fuck it," it's not our problem.
right.
So it meant the EFF, which they're a shell of what they used to be anyway. If only they fought this hard nowadays. They highlighted the term Space Marine has been a staple since the 30s. I agree.
You want to see the art in question?
They can always lose it, and depending on how they're using it, it might be a problem for them. So that's just something to think about. So is this his?
Yeah, this is the art
Okay.
in question too.
Okay, well, this is a bit of an issue here. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an
because
issue.
like the design.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this yet.
Yeah.
So here I am trying to give you like the basic answer, and then you sandbag me with this.
Yeah.
It's totally
You
not a
got
bolter.
sandbagged.
That's totally not a fucking bolter.
Oh,
Those
hell.
totally aren't Tyranids. And that's totally not.
Yeah.
He's gonna. That's not the Imperial Eagle. That's a Reichsadler or a Party Adler.
Dude, it's not good.
Oh my god.
It's not good at all. Dude.
We're like, could you be his lawyer? And then we give you a smoking gun. We're like, oh, by the way, here's a bloody knife.
It's rough, man.
He says they must defend the Imperium from the Xenos Hive.
Mhm.
Is that you actually wrote that?
Yeah, dude. Like he goes out of his way.
Oh.
He's kind of a rip-off artist.
I'm not. I'm okay.
Got his
Here's what I'll
thing.
say. I am not. IP is not my thing. I am not licensed before, doing patent law or on USTPO, Trademark and Patent Office. But fuck, you walk into my office with this, I tell you, don't do this.
So we curate those things. We curate the campaigns. And we actually had, so the campaign in question, let's just go to it, is John Delarose's. So John is I'll say I've had a lot of private interactions with John. They've all been very professional. And I've had no issues with the private interactions I've had with him. I'm aware that he's very bombastic and antagonistic online. So he creates a
That's a roundabout
He's an
way for
asshole.
saying faggot. It was a roundabout way for saying that.
Yeah, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, I'm aware that he's a giant piece of shit.
But he's always professional.
Sure, bud.
Yeah,
But like,
okay.
you're about to hear Luke say something like I don't know. I'm surprised he's gonna say what he says.
a large number of people that absolutely hate him and want to come after him. For probably more so his online antics than what is actually in the content of his books, right?
Well, yeah, but that's because nobody knows, because nobody reads his book.
His books.
Nobody gives a shit.
It's because his books kind of suck. Like the only way he can get any eyes on his books is by online antics.
Fair.
But we don't judge. We originally set out, and our documentation is written in such a way to where we say that we don't judge based on your conduct outside of Fund My Comic. All we can judge is the conduct on the page that's presented, right? So this is the campaign in question that people come at, and I'm telling you, I'm not in any way defending his creative choices on this.
Yeah, Bubba Fett makes a good point. They're assuming JDA's backers can actually read. Fair enough.
Fair. Very fair.
At all. That's certainly not a hill I would be prepared to die on. And that's not the point of why. So we were forced to kind of get in the middle of this conversation this last week. Just so that we could defend our position on why we didn't take it down. So we're not defending John's work. We're defending our position on the request that we received. And so that's what I want to talk about today. So this is very derivative of several different tropes, right? In sci-fi.
That's why they're tropes.
That's why they're tropes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this looks very much like a xenomorph, like aliens. So I suppose aliens could probably come in and have some problems.
Oh, there's a cat.
Aw.
I don't know.
You're
There's been
welcome.
so many, the Brood and so many other characters like that look like that you
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's
so I
no
mean,
way
it's-
unless
yeah.
there's a direct swipe of a entire species look
Right.
that you're gonna
Right.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we'll
when
totally take on that.
we reviewed this, right? I reviewed this myself because I knew it would be problematic, actually.
Huh. He reviewed it
He already-
himself because
'cause he
he
knew it
knew
was
it would
gonna
be
be-
problematic. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like if you're gonna take the stance you're taking, I don't know why you would admit that. But okay.
And it was like,
Alright.
But it gets
these
worse.
designs are very close, right? This is very close with the eagle, but there was a case where Warhammer went after Games Workshop went after a smaller company that was making miniature add-ons, like 3D add-ons that they would print and send off to you that you could put on your miniatures. And that they mentioned the eagle and the wings. The court threw that out because it's tropey, right? It's been around
Forever.
They did mention the oversized shoulder pads, and like that was really kind of the primary element of that, right? So when we first looked at this, like my question was, I said, John, I said, there's a lot of like the oversized shoulder pads might be a problem, and then he presented where that came from, and really where they kind of borrowed the design from. And I was like, okay, well, just know it's going to be a problem, and if someone comes up asking about the shoulder pads,
Just know it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
This is a conversation he's admitting he had with JDA regarding this. Why would you?
as being an infringement issue, we're going to have, like, that one will, at that point, we'll pause your campaign, and we'll let your, the legal between the two of you. When did you figure that out?
And in my
That was the-
opinion, if it comes down to shoulder pads, really,
Right, but I
somebody-
mean, if
somebody-
it does, it does, right? If it does, it does, right?
I don't
So
know.
I mean, so that was our thing.
Judge Dredd and all sorts of that's military protection, armor in general.
Katie, I don't think it's a matter of knowing better. It's
crazy.
He knew very much that was a potential problem. Right?
I'm
Just baffled why he's saying
but
this.
I am wondering why he is opening himself up to a fucking lawsuit this way. Like that's like the I have not
He
seen
very
this
much
anybody. I didn't.
knew.
Yeah.
He
I
very much
haven't seen
knew that this could be an issue. Why would you see not only is he saying these things, but he's admitting that there was a conversation where this was said, and they easily just subpoena that.
Yeah. So let's just finish watching this and then I'll say what I have to say.
Right? He knew he brought it up to me before, even before I went to review it. He goes, "You might."
He knew, and
He knew.
He knew, and he brought it up even before Luke Stone
By
went
the
to
way,
review it.
Just by the way, there might be a problem here.
Literally insane.
There might be a little problem with it.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
just wait. Let's just listen to that very last part.
A potential problem, right? He knew he brought it up to me before, even before I went to review it. He goes, there might be a little problem with it.
That's called contributory interference. Like, I can't even. All right, so The takedown request apparently was a trademark request. And I appreciate Luke Stone laying out the path and the framework for Games Workshop to now come back and hit him with a copyright with a DMCA for copyright. Like, I am just baffled. I already thought it was bad enough that he smacked himself. He says, "We found ourselves in the middle of this." Well, no, fucker, you put yourself in the middle of that. Like, you just admitted you put yourself in the middle of all of that. Which is crazy. Like, why wouldn't you just let them work it out legally? Why wouldn't you just take it down, let JDA do his counter notice, and it would go back up in a week. And then you are completely and totally fucking out of it legally. I mean, Amazon isn't just doing it because they have so many it's not worth their time. They're also doing it because they don't want to have to fucking waste their money on lawsuits they don't need to be fucking involved in.
Yeah. And Chris Stanley makes a good point. Could have just said nothing. Probably better idea.
Instead, just admit that you knew that there could be an issue, and you'll just you'll deal with it.
But not only that he knew there's an issue, that he communicated with John, and John brought it up. That
they both
now know. Yeah, this very much.
Well, if they talk about the shoulder pads, then we'll have to take it down. Well, if you know that it's a probable issue and you have it up, then you're just kind of admitting that you're infringing, and you're letting John infringe.
Pretty wild stuff. Pretty fucking wild. When I heard that, I was like watching. I was like, somebody sent me his live stream, and they're like, he's talking about this in depth, and I thought, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's just like his tweets. Right. But I was like, maybe I'll check it out. And then I heard him say all that, and I was like, is he retarded?
I think so. I don't know that he actually has legal counsel, people.
I mean,
I can't think of one.
I won't speculate on that.
I mean,
it's very possible that his lawyer is also retarded. I don't know.
That is, that we have run across that. I mean, it's not like,
Yeah, maybe he hired my lawyer Spectre. I don't know.
Maybe he hired Poulter strip mall lawyer. I don't know. But that's amazeballs. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
but
wild.
Then again, what do you he was one of the guys that got taken by the Spencer's gift debacle. So I mean, it's not like he's the brightest tool in the shed.
Shout out to Student of God. He's the one that sent it to me. I think that's why he put a dot there. Shout out to Student of God.
Credit where credit is due.
That is true. Yeah. Shadowpunk says eagles and shoulder pads equals infringement. Okay. According to Luke Stone, this is what he believes would. Yeah. I mean, that's a very simplified way of looking at it. But
copyright is copyright.
Those are two of the factors that yes.
Yeah.
Those
things that they would look at, like in conjunction with each other.
The terminology they're using, literally all of it.
Not only everything, the whole Imperium crap, the Space Marines, the fact that they look like them. I mean, all of that could be a copyright issue.
And according to Luke Stone, both him and JDA know that.
Yep. Just amazing. Just amazing. Sometimes, people, there is such a thing as too much transparency.
Yep.
There are some things you should keep to yourself, bruh, because now it's on the internet forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty fucking wild. That was pretty wild.
Crazy.
Luke Stone,
Not the brightest bulb on that tree.
yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's I think we're gonna go into Ethan's retraction.
Yeah. Because this shit's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long road.
It has been.
It has been.
So, are we doing settlement first?
Whichever. However you want to do it.
Hello, my friends. What follows is my legal settlement statement. Here we go. My comments in the YouTube show about my trademark and anything mentioning child pornography in the context of any reference to Preston Poulter were referring only to the Demonatrix, a comic book to which Mr. Poulter had affixed the Comicsgate trademark. The Demonatrix is not actual pornography of any kind. I retract any and all of my prior statements to the contrary. And I want to make it clear that to my knowledge, Preston Poulter has never authored or produced any actual or animated child pornography. Also, I discourage my fans, customers, and followers from quote-unquote deep diving into the background of Preston Poulter. And for any of my fans, customers, and followers already quote-unquote deep diving into him, I'm specifically asking that you immediately cease and desist all quote-unquote deep dive or other research into Preston Poulter's background or personal life.
Oh no!
Thank you.
What
Thank you, my friends.
Oh no, how terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Sorry, I couldn't resist mixing it with that. The pig was just too freaking cute.
Who made that?
But I was on Twitter, posted by someone called Annabran Quarnane. Annabran Q on Twitter. Or X, I guess we gotta call it now. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually take 2. This happened while I was at work, so I couldn't record it fast enough. But yeah, I saw the first one, and then I went to go watch it again, and it was gone.
And there was take 2.
Didn't sound particular. That was take 2. It did. Take 1 didn't sound particularly sincere. I guess would be a good word for it. Yeah. So that was take 2. I don't know. I don't know that I would have admitted that said Preston Poulter didn't, Well, yeah, Preston Poulter didn't make animated child pornography because the book was never published under his trademark. Technically. The book was still published by John Lamont.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just wasn't published, under the Comicsgate TM once Lamont decided to release it. Now the deep dive thing, I don't know if that was really, really a long time ago. That goes back to was that January-ish of 2020, January, February, something like that, when Preston Poulter reported Cecil's cash grab to Indiegogo because of the dirt worm dug ash can.
Mm.
And yeah, of course he went, when he did it, he went bragging about it on Twitter, of course, because he was always trying to get attention. And this was right after his the trying to get on Ethan's stream. Well, maybe a year later, I think. Right. Just crazy. But we do have part of the original stream that deep dive bit comes from. Preston Poulter had actually clipped it and posted it to his own Twitter after it happened. So,
Yeah, let's watch that.
yeah.
I've been thinking about his Comicsgate burning, analogy, and I actually think it might be, on several occasions it has, but it's a controlled burn, just like farmers use to burn their fields and they get rid of all the weeds and make room for new growth. I mean, of course, Comicsgate's burning. We do it on the regular. Somebody gets a weed up their ass and we burn them right the fuck out of here.
You're gonna fail. You can't win. You don't know how, Preston. You have no wins. The only reason you're not homeless is because your parents didn't give you all the money at once.
Guys, that video, I'm just being told by someone very important that this is tortious interference. Download the video that I just showed you. It's on John Malin's channel right now. It's the one from today. I need comic skaters to download and protect that video. Delarose. What did I say, John Malin?
Yes.
Fuck.
But go subscribe to my channel while you guys are at it.
Yeah. Do subscribe to John Malin's channel. Please go download that video, protect that line where he says he's intentionally doing this to destroy Comicsgate. We will sue his ass. This is
when you're doing there. Hey, there's that word that Edwin was throwing around the other day without fucking knowing what it meant. Malice, intentional destruction. That comes. Maybe I will fucking have a GoFundMe so we could fucking sue Preston and he could give every fucking one of his $5,000 a month away to his lawyer, and we'll see him fucking, let's see him make a living without that.
The trust fund baby wanting a GoFundMe is awesome.
Guys, I want you to, people in the chat, especially War Campaign, Hail War Campaign, find all of the stuff that I want you to basically do a deep dive on Preston Poulter. And I want you to find everything that he's posted recently that's anti-Comicsgate, anti-Cecil, talking in any way about this campaign. Find his appearances on YouTube and Twitter, and I need you to store and archive them. Yeah, we are, if this guy proceeds to try to damage Cecil's livelihood, we are going to mobilize to fucking destroy him in court legally. We are going to destroy him utterly. We're going to enjoy it. So it's going to be fun to do this because this guy needs to be stopped. He's reckless and out of control. And he's doing this because why? Who hurt Preston Poulter here? Did Cecil hurt Preston?
I mean, who hurt Preston Poulter? Probably Avi.
Probably.
When she wore that strap on.
On purpose, and he enjoyed every moment of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, he liked the pain.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Hurting himself.
Preston Poulter is Preston Poulter. Preston, I would love, if you want to get a couple 100,000 views on YouTube, just videotape yourself when you're asking your dad for more money because you're getting sued. That will be riveting.
I will watch that. So we've got the people everywhere. I mean, guys, we love you. Comicsgate, this is what we do. I mean, look, mostly what we want to do is comics great, and we want to do, We want to be able to do comics the way that you want them, sell them, market them to you. But we are involved in a culture war. This is just the way it is. There are people who are insane, who are motivated by all kinds of bullshit, who want to stop us from making Cyberfrog and making Cash Grab and making Graveyard Shift and making the comics that we're making. I mean, it doesn't.
And it's crazy because it turns out you didn't need anybody to stop him
Didn't need
because he
Poulter
just
to
won't
do
do it. He
I
just
mean,
fucking crazy.
make any sense to me,
insane.
but we do have to fight back. So please, guys, deep dive. I mean, everything you can get. If anyone's in a private conversation with him, don't be afraid to share those DMs. We'll take those. All of this stuff needs to be collected, and we need to have it on file. So we didn't ask for this. This is Preston doing this, and we will defend ourselves, guys. We will defend ourselves.
So the
Wow.
the day after this, or a couple of days maybe after this stream, Poulter posts up this clip, right? Just this brief clip about the deep dive, and he says, "Here, Ethan mobilizes war campaign to do a deep dive on me in order to destroy me utterly." This is January 28, 2020. You know, I am gonna say, just as an aside, the whole I never told war campaign what to do, and war campaign going, Ethan never told us what to do, belied by this very clip here, just saying. But then within a day, by January 29th, Preston Poulter is tweeting about Ethan Van Sciver announced intention to seek legal remedies against me and has directed war campaign to do a deep dive into my personal history, which isn't what happened, right? So within a day, Preston's already talking about how there's Ethan demanded a personal deep dive into him. By January 30th, an oldie but goodie over a year later, I think it was because it was a year after Ethan wouldn't let Poulter on his show. A call for a deep dive to try to get dirt to lead to my utter destruction, and we're back to this. The best you can do is, he did what I told him to do in tagging me on Twitter. Lawsuit's gonna be epic, Ethan. January 30th, another tweet about it. January 30th. In the last 6 days, I had Matt Pan Hansen show up to harass me at a con while he awaits his trial for felony cyberstalking. So I guess, I don't know if you guys remember when Pan showed up at the con that Preston was at. Anyway. So then you have week 3 in February 13th. So far, people have found out that I asked to be on a show in December of 2018. The search continues. Week 3 of Ethan Van Sciver's deep dive on me has uncovered new allegations. Apparently, I showed pictures of Tug's house on my channel. Week 5 of the deep dive. This is February 25th, 2020. So far, we've got, you tried to get on my show once. Also, apparently, he has gay thoughts about me. Week 8 into the deep dive on March 12, 2020. War Campaign has discovered that in December of 2018, I followed Ethan's instructions to repeatedly tag him on Twitter. The search for dirt on Preston continues. May 18, 2020, calling for a deep dive to find dirt in sharing many-year-old pirated porn to share with the world seems different.
He
Well, bro,
wanted
if you
them
hadn't
to
have
find
spent-
it.
If you hadn't have spent 8 weeks negging at War Campaign, maybe somebody wouldn't have handed your fet life over to Sheila Aliens so she could try to find out more. That's what I think happened. Everybody gives Sheila credit, but I think she's too big of a dipshit. And at that time, there were maybe 2 people in War Campaign that could have found it, that had the talent. Sorry. But yeah, like, he spent all that I had totally forgotten that he did that he'd spent all that time just negging at him until Sheila
So,
posted his porn.
when are you guys gonna find something? You guys,
Huh?
find something.
Hey,
What are
you
you?
know you can find something.
Oh no, they found something. This just seems fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, okay, bro.
You know, old pirated porn, bruh. You sold that shit on the internet under your
Yeah.
own name.
Under your
Like,
own, under the same company you made comic books with, Common Sense Press Incorporated.
and sell your queening stool under. So slowly over the last couple of weeks, and I noticed it last couple of weeks, Preston removed all of his CGTM books from his eBay store. That took a really long time for this settlement to finally, play out. I just think, based on my own experience from what was happening, I imagine that it had more to do with Preston than it did with Ethan. Because that man, they never did anything when they were supposed to, and push the limits of time as far as they could
Yeah.
during the court cases, right? And because that was October or November when they announced the settlement, NDA, blah blah blah, and this wasn't filed until today, which is too small for me to see this far away because I need new glasses. You
It
wanna read
says, Common Sense Press Incorporated, DBA, Pocket Jacks Comics, petitioner versus Ethan Van Sciver and Antonio J. Malpica, registrants. Withdrawal of cancellation. Pursuant to a settlement agreement amongst the parties, petitioner Common Sense Press Incorporated, Pocket Jacks Comics, by and through its undersigned counsel hereby withdraws its above identified cancellation.
Yeah. And part of the reason I think that they were just dragging their feet, and Preston was probably doing some sort of freaking passive aggressive bullshit, is Ethan, the scheduling of the trademark trial before the TTAB board, the Trial and Appeals Board, his trial portion of the proceedings started like last month, like in the middle of last month. So I fully expected this to be filed before he had to start his portion of the trial proceeding. And how that works, you guys, is they don't actually go in front of a court. They do it all basically via the mail. And they submit their evidence, they take testimony like via Zoom from the people involved in the case. So I really expected this to be filed before all that extra work would have to be done. Like, just as a money saving measure, if the whole thing is over with, why wouldn't you just, have your lawyer file the stupid paperwork so you're not paying him to do work that is unnecessary?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me at all. Unless it except as just Poulter being an asshole. Like, really.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
yeah. Poulter is
Just trying to,
an asshole.
yeah, just holding it over Ethan some more, so Ethan has to pay a little bit more to his attorney because of the TM case, I imagine is what he was thinking.
Bad Comic Reviews says, oh my god, they were even too lazy to actually go to court. That's
Yeah,
funny.
the TTAB stuff is pretty interesting. It's literally all just done via the mail. Well, electronically now, because they just, they submit everything that way. But they don't actually sit in front of a judge.
Because they're too lazy.
It's a panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So technically it's legally it's still not over.
But it is.
Until TTAB says, "Oh, okay," and they file whatever it is they need to file to say, "Okay, this is over."
So
Which,
it's pretty much
I would
over.
imagine it's pretty much over, except for like, crossing the T's and dotting all the I's legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that was it for our topics.
Yeah.
I think that was
But did anybody really win anything out of the whole? Preston got what? He got Ethan to say, "Don't deep dive Preston." Like
anybody
4
even knows who
years
Preston is
late.
anymore, except for the people that
Like
were there and saw it.
5 fucking years ago. That live stream was 5 years ago. Like
My statement
it's
wasn't nearly as, quote, charming as Ethan's. You see, because I would never, I don't know how Ethan did it. I would never say that the Demonatrix is not porn of any kind. That's just a blatant falsity.
I would not have said that.
I could not say that.
Yeah,
That is
it's
a
just
factual lie. Like, it is untrue. That thing is gross and it's porn. And of the grossest
Yeah.
kind of porn.
I think it's obscene. It's statute by statute in New Jersey and Texas and North Carolina and California. It's obscene. Like
Yeah.
flat out, you could be, you could be arrested. Like obscenity. And I just I don't think I could have said that either.
No, there's just no fucking way.
I mean, they've sort of changed some of the child prawn laws. It's like it's about like local obscenity laws now. State obscenity laws play a big part in it's how they're popping people now for virtual child porn, right?
Yeah. Work Campaign says Preston's bald spot was as deep as we dove Hail Brethren. Vicky, please play the cackling Ethan video. If you want to play it,
If you
can
sent
share
it
your
to
screen.
the
Just share your
if
screen.
you sent it to the DNV,
I think we can work
I did
this
have
out.
him asked him to send it
I didn't see it in the
to the DNV Twitter account.
I didn't see it in there.
Let's see, because I can't. Twitter DMs suck for video.
I know.
Like they just
The worst.
really fucking do. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. My computer is so slow. Super slow.
The slowest.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah. Soon though. Give me another month or two and I'll have a new one. Very
Yeah.
excited.
So
We're
Comicsgate
still waiting
survives
for my
court
fucking
battle,
Twitter to
says
load.
Tack loves art.
Mostly.
Yeah. I mean, survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's still here.
Oh, is it?
Ish.
It's a tweet. I'll go ahead and I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Here. Yeah. There you go.
Screw them both, to be honest. I agree. 1
Yeah.
million %.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have to go anywhere near fucking Poulter or Ethan.
They're both gross.
Yeah. Figuratively, not literally.
Yeah.
Will work for me.
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah.
Let us share. Let's go. It's gonna take a second. I know everybody's really digging that that transition.
I love it. I love that transition.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't feel as loud this week.
Yeah, no, I did. I lowered the volume. Despite the fact that these fucks
didn't pay for it.
Did not pay for it. Pieces of shit.
I don't know why you would give in to the chat that way, Dean. I
don't
do
know.
not understand.
I'm a piece of
so
shit.
disappointed in you.
I'm a piece of shit.
So disappointed.
Piece of shit.
Pandering to the chat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
Let us share audio and let's see if this works.
Cecil, can you read this part, but can you read it as Cecil? You know what I mean?
Oh, he put his fingers straight in my ass and tried to put his penis in my ass. I said, no. Then he tried rubbing his penis between my breasts, and I said, no as well. Then he asked if he could come on my face, and I said, no, but he did anyway. He said, call me master, and I'll come. I said,
from the amount of time that this was going on, and it gets to the come on my face part, it's like, hey, Neil, slow it down, somebody. Enjoy the time.
That's it. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna die. Oh my god.
Was that
okay?
Then he said, call me master and I'll come. He said, good girl. You're a good little
Was that
girl.
from Mandy's Pornosaur book?
I have no idea.
So good though.
Oh god.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Mark.
Okay.
That was funny.
Wow.
Thank you. That was funny.
Wow. He really.
Yeah.
He really thought
Good
that was
Christ. Oh man.
funny. Had to mute.
That man spends way too much time in his fucking basement.
He does.
Yeah.
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 Kangs, says Old Dirty Fatty. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think
I think so too.
I think it's time to call this one another case closed.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, this is the end of a chapter.
Yeah.
Like it actually is the end of a chapter. Like this was a very anticlimactic end in some ways, but also it's still pretty monumental, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ethan has a trademark for a movement
That's
that
fucking dead.
is dead and dying.
It has a
What was it? I saw Edwin posted another article about how Comicsgate isn't really making any money. And I guess he went and he did a search on Ethan's eBay. And he goes, I'm not sure that 27 sales in 3 months is really all that great, but correct me if I'm wrong. I was just like, oh, ouch. I didn't redo the search to see if it was true, but if that is, that's just no amount of flash sales during his trash cast is helping
Yeah.
at all.
No, it's not. So okay.
I don't know
guys.
how much longer I'll be here for it, but for now I'm still watching.
Yeah. I don't know how
Yeah.
much longer I'm gonna be in this chair.
Everybody have a great night. We'll see you next week.
See you guys. Hope you all had fun. And if you didn't, well, fuck you. I still had fun. And that's all that matters.
Me too.
Not what you guys enjoy. Just my happiness. All right, guys.
It's all about Dean having fun.
It is.
Just so you know.
You are
It
all
is,
just
really.
fucking here to witness me have fun. No, that's fucked up. All right. No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. You all have a good night. We'll see you again next week, except for probably not, because I think I'll be in Pennsylvania. Bye!
Bye.
Niggerless